Hi guys, I just finished budgeting for the very first month of January 2024. And if you want to talk about finance, you want to talk about money, this is a very safe space. I'll be doing finance videos. So, my name is Joshua Katui. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and let's get right into it. So, the very first tip that I'd like to give you guys is that budget together with your partner. By this, I mean get someone. It doesn't have to be your partner specifically, because if you're single, then that's okay. Get your cousin, your sister, your brother, someone who you can budget with. Budget with your partner, because if you budget alone, you'll end up either over budgeting something, and that's not something that we are looking for, right? We want to budget on a basis that it's in real sense and that it doesn't go overboard. So budget with your partner so that they can give you the real facts. In case you just decide, let's put $1,000 in vacation, they'll be like, $1,000? Where are we taking all that? Which vacation are we going? Nope. Budget with your partner. Tip number two, budget every single month. As I said in the very beginning, budget every single month, not for a whole year or maybe let's say 2 years, saying that, oh, it's something difficult. No, budgeting is easy, because even I used spreadsheet to budget for this very start month, this month of January. And it took me 20 minutes. Yeah, it took me 20 minutes to budget for this month. And that's it, I was done. So don't say it's a lot of work, it's simple. Okay, it might be that I don't have children, I don't have a lot of things to do, but even if you factor those things in, such as, because I don't have childcare here, and I also haven't included my children part of a budget. But if you include it, it will still take at very most 1 hour. So the third tip that I'm going to give you guys is start with the most important things first. You don't want to finish your budget and that's when you remember that you did not budget for food. I mean, who wants to stay hungry? Not me. But start with the important things first, such as food, shelter, and utilities, things that are important in your life. Things like clothes, things that you can't stay without. That's what I mean by starting with the important things first. Tip number four, pay off your debts. Most people, okay, even for me, sometimes I end up, not paying off my debt and it keeps on increasing and increasing. But while doing your budget, make sure that you have a section that includes your debts. These are things like student loans, car loans, mortgage loans, and anything that includes your debt. Make sure you include it there, and get a sum of all of them and include them there so that you can pay off your debts with time. And also, you can get more debt. Once you finish your debt, you get more. You get it. So don't be afraid to trim the budget. By this I mean, don't be afraid to trim a few things here and there. If for vacation or for entertainment, you are at the end of the budget and your balance is negative, go back and trim a few things here and there. Like reduce the things that you over budgeted for and trim them a little bit. Okay, but there are definitely things that you can trim. Things like rent, things that remain constant, the essentials that do not vary with time. House rent, this will remain the same for the whole year, so that's not something that will change. Another thing, create a miscellaneous category. By miscellaneous category, I mean a category whereby just things like, let's say, tissue, water in case you buy water for your house, and just simple things like a pen, a notebook. A miscellaneous category that you can't put it in a varying category. Okay, there are three categories in a budget. There are varying, essential category. In this category, the expenses or the costs vary with time. And then there is a fixed essential category. In this category, it doesn't change. This is where you put your rent in there. In these essential categories, these are things which are very important to you and things that you cannot ignore. And also in the last category is the miscellaneous category, and this is where you put your shopping and your maybe pet items if you have one. The other tip that I'm going to give you guys is use an online budgeting tool. For example, you can use a Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure there are definitely other budgeting tools out there. I don't mean that Excel is the most best one. I mean, there's one that you can just go and it list for you everything in the essential and miscellaneous category. You just have to remove the ones that don't include you. So use an online budgeting tool. There are some which are easy, as I've said. If you don't feel like having paper, this I haven't written here my budgeting. My budgeting is here over here on my laptop, and I'll show you in a brief the budgeting that I did, and also give you a few tips here and there about how to use. If you don't know how to use Excel, I'll just tell you that this is what you do here and there. I'll help you with that later. Then we have quick comparisons. You don't want to sit down and you think, oh, my neighbor told me the other day that they budgeted $3,000 for vacation or for entertainment. So let me just put maybe half of it. No, don't compare yourself to them. Each and every single one of us, me, you, them, they, I don't know. With all those genders and with all those other categories popping up from time to time, you don't know which one will be next, right? So budget for what is yours. You get what I'm saying? Budget yourself. Don't budget for someone else. Don't copy them. Be original to your budget, and even the budget that I'll be showing you guys. Take a few tips. Don't copy paste the whole thing. I mean, don't just copy paste everything there. Because also what you earn is not what they earn. You might budget for using somebody else's budget and end up over budgeting. Make sure you budget what you want and budget what you earn. And also give yourself some grace. By this I mean, take care of yourself. Put some entertainment there, and in case there's something fun within the budget, put that there. Put entertainment, put fun there. Prepare breakfast if there is nobody else to prepare. But if your husband or wife or partner or somebody else who is within the house can prepare breakfast, ask them to prepare breakfast for that day. That day, just sleep in bed, wake up, go take breakfast that you did not prepare. For that day, just relax, go out, go shopping, go see some wild animals, some panda. In case there are pandas in your country, I mean Kenya, there are no pandas. See a lion if you're here in Kenya, or just visit a zoo. Take some time, relax, breathe some nice air, and if not possible, please, ask your boss for some time, even if you have to. Tell them that your cat is meowing. You need a day off. Yeah. So let's get down to the budgeting, and for budgeting, as I said, you need just 3 categories. Okay, there are 4 categories. We have the category of income. We have essential expenses. In the essential expenses, we have 2 categories: fixed and variables. I'll explain those in a few. And then the very last category is the miscellaneous category. And then at the very end of the budgeting, we have the remaining amount, and then we also have the balance. And let me give you a brief explanation of each and every single category. In the income category, what you put there is what you earn from everything. I mean, from your paycheck to your other businesses, to side hustles, to investments, or anything else that gives you income, the money that you get, basically. That's what you write under the category of income. Like, for example, for me, if my income for January, I'm using just random values. I don't want to put what I earn here, but I'm using random values. In income, I have $1350 total. I've put in trading. I'm currently doing trading. I also have a small business that brings me $500, and also I have some other sources of income. Like, let's say I have an investment that earns me $150 right now as you speak. So in total, I have $1350. That's what you put under your income. The next category that I'm going to talk about is the essential categories. And under essential, you have fixed and variable. Fixed categories is the things that don't change. Your rent, your health insurance, subscriptions, they didn't change. Not unless it's Christmas or a holiday or they're giving an offer. Then you have the cell phone, expenses, and internet services. We also have savings. This is a category that you definitely don't want to ignore because things happen over time. And also I have my gym, expenses. And also, I have my girlfriend allowance. And then we have under the fixed essential, you also want to put off your loans, student loans, car loans, any loan that you have, you put it under the fixed essential because you have to pay monthly, and I'm sure there's a fixed amount if you are paying it over time. And for that, you end up and you put the total for the fixed essential. Then we come to the next category, which is variable essential category. And in this category is whereby you put your expenses that vary with time. Like, let's say, for example, this month you might end up spending a certain amount for something, for commodity A, or for something, let's say A. You spend, let's say, $100 in January for A. In February, you end up spending $200 for A. It's the same thing, but then it varies with time. You don't know if it will end up increasing or decreasing. So what I like to do mostly when I'm doing my budget is taking an average of the things that I spend for 6 months. For example, this year, the 2023, I took the last 6 months, took an average of how much I spent on that month for let's say A. Then in this year, that will, for the 6 months that I'll be budgeting, I'll use that amount that I got the average for the first 6 months. Then this first 6 months of 2024, I'll use the same amount for the last 6 months for the other half of the year. And under variable expenses, we have things like food, because food, you don't know what will happen. Maybe you might wake up one day and decide, I want to have some milk and oat, and you did not budget for that. You might wake up and decide to have something else apart from what is prepared. Nice deals. Then next you have water bill, electricity bill, clothing, transportation, entertainment, and personal hygiene. By personal hygiene, I mean like going to the barber, taking care of your nails, making your nails, going for a massage, personal hygiene, and things that will vary with time that you do. Yeah. Those, and then you total them and put them under essential expenses. Then the last category that you have is the miscellaneous category. And under this category, for me, I only have two items here. I only have monthly shopping. Monthly shopping are the things that I buy. Things like a pen, a tissue, things that I wouldn't mind buying them from time to time, like weekly or even daily. Yeah, that's what you put under miscellaneous, things that you can ignore and things that are like, step aside. Then I have my cat items. By cat items, I mean shampoo, cat feed, litter, and things that the cat will need. If you have a dog, then put your dog there. Dog items, I don't mean put your dog there literally, but put the dog items there. That's where you put your dog items or your pet items. And then after all that is done, all that done and said, I know your principal says that sometimes if you're still in school. So after all of that, what you want to know is how much you're left with. How much have you saved, or how much are you left with that you can put in some other areas? It might be a negative or a positive. For me, I ended up with these imaginary values. I ended up with a positive. And for having a positive value for your remaining amount and your balance is a good thing, because, for example, here I have $269 for the remaining balance, the very first month. The balance that I had left for the very first month of the year is $269. The balance for the last year, that's in the past, that's last year, literally a week ago. But I left that for the last year. I started a new year, so the very first month, this is the balance I have, $269. And throughout the year, from January to December, you'll add the balance over time. Like the one for January, you'll add to February, March, blah, blah, blah. Like that. The remaining will vary over time. And if you say that your balance, the remaining amount for that month is something that you can distribute again into your budget, then you can go to your savings, add more. If you have debts that you would like to pay in advance or get rid of them pay them. And if you can also add to your entertainment, to your clothing, to your food, and to your girlfriend allowance or wife allowance, to your things that would vary, or things that increase in them would be advantageous to you, like having more fun, having a better subscription, and all of that. If you're earning from different sources, like let's say you have a business, you have a YouTube channel, you have things that the income varies with time. Like for YouTube, I know definitely that you earn, for 1 month you can earn 1,679, the other month you can earn 2,339. I don't know why I'm using nines, but you get an average. Like let's say for 2023 you can get the average for the last 6 years and use it as the budget that you have, because you don't know how much you earn. Well, that's it for the budgeting for me, guys. See you in my next video. And also, I know that I had to learn Excel while doing the budget. So if you guys would love to learn how to plan your budget with Excel spreadsheet, let me know down in the comments, and also leave a like there, comment, share the video with somebody who you'd like them to get the tips and also learn how to budget. Share with them, share with your family members, share with somebody who you see is struggling with budget. Because for me to start budgeting, I realized that I spend a lot of money in some places that I dream, and a budget helps you hold back. And also budgeting with the partner helps you hold back, because if I pass by somewhere and see some nice painting and I decide, I want to get this, but then your partner is like, no, we did not budget for that, so you don't get that. So you end up having a very nice budget and the month becomes smooth. You get it? Smooth, like butter smooth. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. See you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel and let's meet again in the next video. Bye bye.